lesson 4, understanding the economics, your compensation plan. Now, the definition of economics as it relates to your business. Economics is the science concerned chiefly with the description, analysis of production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Well, it's pretty wordy. It was originally the science or art of managing a household, so that's where we want to go. Now, most, if not all, the information for this lesson is going to come from your compensation plan. All the costs, the commissions, the bonuses, and incentives involved. Now, there are many variations of compensation plans, and they use a variety of systems and structures to accomplish their end. But the key is that the objectives are all the same, and therefore the concepts work the same as well. Now, there are two main activities in our business and industry. One, find customers, and the other, distributors who do the same thing. So from here, the main idea of understanding this topic is so you can work in the right areas and do the right activities, create the right results for what it is that you want. Now, as an example, let's say someone needs to make $10,000 a month. What do they need to know? What do they need to learn and understand? What activities create what they want? What size of an organization should they have? What does the structure look like? In other words, what is the reality of the desired amount? Not wishful thinking, but the reality. Just signing up and becoming a distributor is not necessarily going to get the results that you need or want, and that's the point. It would be like going fishing in the ocean with a piece of string only. I don't think you'd catch many fish. Now, knowledge of your plan then is crucial because it will show you what you will get when you do certain activities. It will show you what you can offer to somebody else who needs the benefit. When I first started, I had a budget of $8,000 per month. So I needed to know what I had to do, what had to be done, and what ways could I earn that. This was not readily available at the time, so I had to learn, and I did that in several ways. But I also had prior experience, and I had learned some key business principles along the way. The first was truly understanding the economics of the compensation plan. In other words, what do you get paid for what activity? Pretty simple stuff. Now, every month, people would get their check with a summary of what they earned, but it didn't explain the details of how they earned the money. So they called into the company and they asked what the questions they had were, how did I make this money? Why did I get this amount of a rebate? Or, why did I get this kind of a commission? They were very confused because there was no explanation. And at the time, there wasn't anybody in the company that could actually answer their questions because the company at that time did not have a customer service department. So I volunteered to handle the calls. Now, after speaking with the people who were calling in about their checks, boy, did I get some knowledge. I got to see the product cost, the relationship to the various incomes earned based on the activity that they did and their rank and what they had accomplished. Now, at that time, I didn't think about how this would benefit me. It just became a part of what I did as a result. And when I talked to someone I was prospecting, then it was really easy to ask them this question. So what kind of income would you be interested in to take a serious look? Now, as an example, if they answered with, well, maybe $500 a month or $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month, whatever the amount, I could easily think of how I could answer them because of my experience in helping those who called in about their incomes. Now, I had many examples that I could use to show my prospect the answer they were most interested in. Then I'd respond with, well, that's easy. Let me show you how. Now, how did I get there? Well, I got there because I practiced it. I went over example after example, and I understood how the plan worked. I learned that doing certain activities created specific results. And if you want to earn from those specific results, and as I wanted to earn $8,000, I wanted to understand what aspect of the business would get me there. This became extremely important both for myself and for others, as I could then easily figure out what I needed to do to earn a specific amount. From there, I learned how to do the activities, which we'll do in an upcoming lesson. What's really important is the value this represents to others who you speak with. Your ability to direct traffic and give others a solution and a route is going to be the key to your success long term, and a great skill. Some will do this part-time, some once in a while, and some will get serious. You just never know until someone sees and understands that it can help them. So I developed this exercise that will replicate what I did so that you can learn this valuable skill. And believe me, this is the number one problem that people want to solve. Therefore, it's very important. So move on to the exercise number 2, information and instructions. Do the exercise. And here I might suggest that you do this with a knowledgeable distributor from your business to make sure that you have all the correct relationships of your plan. Now, you can do this on your own if you have a good grasp of your plan. Enjoy, and I will see you on the next lesson, The Big Picture.